It's recording.
All right.
We're finally recording.
Can we go back and check?
Yeah, we can go back and check.
Is it still recording?
Still recording.
Oh,
Now, this is not our music.
good. No, but
No, that's not our music. This is our
it's
music.
close to our music. It's very similar.
No, this is it.
Oh, I see what you're going with now.
Oh, you see what I'm going with.
I see the point you have.
Very good. Where's the stuff?
Stuff? You drank the stuff.
I always drink the stuff. Yes,
What
I
stuff do you
do.
mean?
I drink the stuff.
Everyone drinks the stuff.
But what stuff are you talking about?
Well, the Titus you just drank?
Yes, I drank a Titus. It was great. I
this
loved
yummy,
it.
delicious beer that you did not like?
I don't really like it. I had a beer earlier, which was quite tasty.
No, I've been keeping track.
Yes, I know.
This is 150.
Wow, nice.
150
It's got a good number.
unique beers since mid-June.
That's a lot of beer.
Been keeping track. And I thought it was going to be slowing down a little bit once I got to 100, and no.
No.
Not no. Not that. And not New York.
Okay.
Not that. No, I thought it would slow down a little bit after getting to 100 beers. Like maybe it would be harder to find them. I mean, I know there's a ton of beers out there.
There's
but
a lot of beer out there.
it was just like this more determined to like more beer.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I didn't say there was.
I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with that.
There is lots of good things with it.
Yes, there is.
And it's great when other people try to help you out, too. It's like, oh, I know you'd like to try new beers. Which one haven't you had? I'm like, oh, I need that one right there.
Nice. Well, very good.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Yes. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Doctor Who Radio.
That's right. This is Doctor Who.
It's Doctor Who Radio. It's not beer radio. It's Doctor Who.
We're the Bost-Whovians.
Yeah, we are.
I'm Jimmy.
That's Jimmy, and I'm Lucas.
That's Lucas.
Yeah, me. That's me. Hey, the Red Sox are winning 7-0.
Well, you think.
Well, we just watched David Ortiz at a homer.
It could be 7-1
Dude,
right now.
No. The Red Sox are better. They're going to win another championship. Go Sox. See? T-shirt, hat, Red Sox fan, right here.
I'm wearing Spock.
Yeah, don't.
That's
What
Boston.
does it say? It says,
That's Boston.
check yourself before
Trek
you...
yourself.
Trek yourself
before you wreck yourself.
before you wreck yourself.
He's all.
There you go. Yeah, he's all live long and prosper.
You know, that's
and
what Tennant did last week.
Yes, he did.
That's a great geek moment. The Doctor making the live long and prosper Vulcan sign. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was a good moment.
That's a great geek moment.
Mm-hmm. So tonight, everyone, we're discussing the conclusion of Season 2.
Army of Ghosts.
And Doomsday.
Wahaha! It seems like you should say that after it.
I don't want to say it.
Doomsday. Wahaha! You know, you need like that evil laughter.
I don't have an evil laugh.
Your laugh is pretty evil.
My laugh is just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Because at times it's nonstop. I remember one time I was walking through...
One? You only remember one?
One.
What, today?
No,
in the last hour?
No. Just hear me out.
All right.
Basically, it was me and my cousin Micah. You know Micah Conti. Good guy.
I do know Mike. I've known Micah longer than I've known you.
Really? All right. So, that's actually that is true, now that I think about it. So anyways, this is when we both still lived up in New England. And we go to the Rockingham Park Mall in Salem, New Hampshire.
Oh, yeah.
We get there, and I don't even remember what the conversation was, but Micah said something that hit my funny bone, and I ended up on the floor laughing in the middle of the mall. And I don't care what people think. I really don't.
That doesn't even surprise me if you had said that happened this morning.
It didn't happen this morning.
Well, okay. It would have surprised me a little bit that you were up there with Micah. But if you had just changed that to something locally, then it would not have fazed me a bit. It would not have been completely out of left field to throw in your Red Sox stuff there.
Okay.
For me to believe that had happened this morning. Or even an hour ago.
Well, I kind of was laughing a little bit of an hour ago.
Well, you and I were laughing a couple hours ago.
Yeah, we were.
Inappropriate laughter is always the hardest to control. Laughing when you're not supposed to be laughing. When other very important things are going on, and all you can think of is they'll always have a board with a nail. But one day they'll get a board so big with a nail so big, or of course I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly what he says. That was great. That was great. That was all thanks to Mark Scott.
We'll have to give him some grief about that one. Oh man. It's funny because right now the two-part episode we're discussing tonight is actually supposed to be kind of, in-depth, heartfelt, because it's the separation of
It
Rose and the
is.
Doctor.
And no, it is. It's a very emotional episode.
Yes, it is.
And something that you had brought out while we were watching it together is that Billie Piper has progressively gotten better as an actress.
Yes, she has.
Through
She
the-
shed tears in these two episodes.
Real tears.
Yeah, real.
I mean, it was no like, is she acting? Is this bad? It looked like she was truly feeling.
Even David Tennant shed some tears.
Today? In this one?
Yeah,
Oh.
after, because he basically
I
at
don't
the end of the
remember
episode, they're at Bad Wolf Bay, and he's making, he's basically saying,
Dalek.
yeah, he did say that. So he's trying to put forth all of his effort to tell her how he feels about her, and then boop, gone. He couldn't even do it. He disappeared, vanished. She broke down uncontrollably into endless amounts of tears, and then he had one that kind of was already across his face. But if you paid attention, you saw one fall down the other side of his face.
I guess I was not
So
paying attention. I might have been texting.
he was boo-hooey.
Not as much as Rose.
No,
But he's used to it. I mean, he's had to say goodbye to Panions before.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has.
Many. Very
Yes.
many. And it's not going to be the last one he has to ever say goodbye to. So
No. All right, so we're going to start off with just a couple of clips. As you heard, we started off tonight's episode with what was it? Ghostbusters?
Yes.
The music from Ghostbusters.
Right, and of course, if you know what we're talking about, Army of Ghosts, yes. But there was a direct quote.
There is a
in there.
direct relation. So we're going to start off with some of our clips, and this is it's 3 different clips all in one thing that somebody put together. A conglomerate montage.
Use your words.
It's a thing.
Oh, good.
Here
Now
we
that
go.
We've got that cleared up.
Yep.
Paper, they've elected a ghost as MP for Leeds. Now, don't tell me you're going to sit back and do nothing.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah, there it is.
Allons-y, Morocco. Allons-y. Look sharp, Rose Tyler. Allons-y. And then...
No, wait a minute.
Met someone called Alonzo. Because then I could say Allons-y, Alonzo, every time. You're staring at me.
My mum's still on board.
If we end up on Mars,
Get up.
I'm gonna kill you.
Is that a cot? Is that her sleeping quarters?
Maybe so.
Shy, that's all. But here she is. Rose Tyler.
It's Jackie.
She's not the best I've ever had. Bit too blonde. Not too steady on her pins, a lot of that. And just last week, she stared into the heart of the time vortex and aged 57 years. But she'll do.
I'm 40.
Deluded. I'll have to trade her in. Do you need anyone? She's very good at tea. Well, I say very good, I mean not bad. Well, I say not bad. Anyway, lead on. Allons-y, but not too fast. My ankle's going.
I'll show you where my ankle's going.
This was another great Jackie episode. There was a lot of good Jackie and the Doctor. There's still that, I don't know, they don't get along, but they're getting along a lot better than she did with 9.
Oh, very much so.
She was not a fan of Rose running off with the Doctor at all.
No,
but
when her first interaction with
now
9,
she's playing along.
her first interaction with 9 is she's trying to hit on him, saying, "Well, there's a strange man in my room," and he's like, "Yes, there is," and she's like,
Anything could happen.
and he's just like,
No.
and just walked
No,
off.
nothing. No, not anything.
So, and at the beginning of this episode, they're back at they're back on Earth, and he brings Rose home, and,
Mhm.
and she's all up kissing him, and he's like, stop it, stop it. She's like, no, you're all mine.
Well, then again, if we go back a couple episodes to where she really has been doing her part in protecting Rose and the Doctor.
Right,
So it is a different kind of homecoming. She's glad to see Rose again. She's also glad to see the Doctor again.
Yeah.
She's glad that the Doctor is living up to his promise to always bring Rose back.
Yeah, that was his promise.
And he kept it.
So throughout...
Until she dies in this episode.
Yeah, well... Yeah,
She started off the episode saying this is a story of how she dies. It's not like I'm giving you spoilers.
that's true, because most people who listen to us have seen this stuff. They're just listening to us talk about it.
Well, a lot of people haven't.
Like whom?
There's a lot of people that just listen to us because we're awesome.
We are
We
awesome.
make them laugh. They enjoy it. They have no idea whatsoever in what we're talking about.
You know, most of the time, we don't even know what we're talking about. Stuff just starts coming out of our head. You got to admit that. Sometimes we don't have a script. We just talk and whatever. Whatever. All right, fine. Don't say anything. We'll play another clip.
Well, I wasn't letting stuff just come out of my head like you said we do.
Yeah.
Is that in your way?
A little bit. So
Fine.
we're gonna play another clip. I don't even know what's being brought out here, so we're just gonna listen to this. Okay. Very good.
Sure.
But to those in the know, it's Torchwood.
So you find the breach, probe it, the sphere comes through, 600 feet above London, bam. It leaves a hole in the fabric of reality. And that hole, you think, oh, should we leave it alone? Should we back off? Should we play it safe? Nah, you think, let's make it bigger!
It's a massive source of energy. If we can harness that power, we need never depend on the Middle East again. Britain will become truly independent.
Okay.
But you can see for yourself. Next go shift's in 2 minutes.
Cancel it.
I don't think so.
I'm warning you, cancel it.
Oh, exactly as the legends would have it. The Doctor lording it over us, assuming alien authority over
Hello,
the rights
David.
of man.
Let me show you.
How nice to see you again.
Sphere comes through. But when it made the hole, it cracked the world around it. The entire surface of this dimension splintered. And that's how the ghosts get through. That's how they get everywhere. They're bleeding through the fault lines. Walking from their world, across the void and into yours. With the human race hoping and wishing and helping them along. But too many ghosts. And...
Well, in that case, we'll have to be more careful. Positions, go shift in 1 minute.
Miss Hartman, I am asking you, please don't do it.
We have done this 1,000 times.
Then stop at 1,000!
We're in control of the ghosts. The levers can open the breach, but equally they can close it.
Okay.
Sorry?
Never mind, as you are.
Or is that it?
No, fair enough. Some of it, don't mind me. Any chance for a cup of tea?
Go shift in 20 seconds.
Can't wait to see it.
You can't stop us, Doctor.
No, absolutely not. Put up a chair, Rose. Come and watch the fireworks.
Go shift in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Stop the shift. I said stop.
Thank you.
I suppose it makes sense to get as much intelligence as possible.
No, I don't
But the
think so.
program will
Stop.
recommence as soon as you've explained everything.
I'm glad to be of help.
And someone clear up this glass. They did warn me, Doctor. They said you like to make a mess.
He does like to pick up mess.
Yes, he does. All right, so we get some very nice explanations as to what they're doing and what brought the parallel universes together.
See, because what's going on is, as soon as they got back, as soon as Rose and the Doctor got back, Jackie's telling them that she's getting visits from her dad.
Right.
That there's ghosts everywhere. She just knows that it's him.
Mhm.
She can smell him. And they can't. And they're trying to tell her that it's not a ghost. It can't be a ghost. And, he's been dead 20 years. So,
Right.
was it 20? 10? 10. 10 years.
No, I think it was 20.
No, that was Pete. Pete's been dead 20 years.
Yeah, that's what you said, right?
No, we're talking about not Rose's dad, Jackie's dad.
Oh, okay.
That's who she thought
her
the ghost
granddad.
was.
That's right. That's
It
right.
was Rose's granddad. Right.
right,
He's been
okay.
dead 10, 15 years.
Something like that.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah, so they're getting all these visits from ghosts, and I love the doctor's explanation that it's like, you make a hole, and then, should we leave that alone? Nah.
Let's make it
Let's
bigger.
make it bigger. Yeah, exactly. No, great. So, and then, of course, there's a lot of things that play into this when we have the play coming from the parallel universe with Mickey and Jake and Pete and
Mhm.
everything mixed in. Every time they're doing that, going through the parallel universes or having contact with the void, it's making this bigger and worse, and it's colliding these worlds, these parallel universes. It was something that was dealt with in Fringe. Fringe dealt with parallel universes.
Okay.
And it was that same thing that it was like, you can't keep jumping back and forth because you don't belong there. And the Doctor is using his 3D glasses to basically tell who's been jumping back and forth. So it's when you don't belong in an area, you're wreaking havoc. It's the problem with time travel, with parallel universe travel, whether you watch Sliders or Back to the Future or The Time Machine or what was that? I think Ashton Kutcher made some kind of time travel movie where he's trying to save his girlfriend or something, but she kept always dying or something butterfly or something. I can't
I have
remember.
no idea.
But anyway, it's when you go back and try and change things, there's certain things you just can't change. You're out of your element. They say if you go back and kill Hitler, somebody else is going to take his place.
So what would you say our element is? Now, for those of you who don't speak Boston, the word our,
AH.
it actually refers to a group of people, like the two of us here. That's our. It's ours.
O-U-R.
O-U-R.
Ours.
Right, ours.
It's ours, like it's our show.
Right, it's our show. So when it comes to our, what were we talking about?
Our element.
Our element. What would you say our element is?
Huh? With what?
I mean,
With the
where we
show?
should
With
be.
what?
Regardless of what it's.
In the time stream? In parallel universes? What are you talking about?
I mean, in life in general.
Totally lost me, dude.
All right, never mind.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm just trying to initiate some conversation to go along in line with the show.
How do you live with this, Tiffany?
Yeah.
He's asking the woman I live with. She doesn't know.
Whoa. That's a look. Wow.
If I need to duck because you're going to throw something, just let me know.
If you're going to throw a pizza roll, I'll open up my mouth.
Oh, yeah. That.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, that's my wife. She is the woman I've lived with for 11 years. You know, what's funny is earlier today she said she didn't want to be on the show, and now she's been on the show. More than likely,
they heard her.
More than likely, our microphones caught her.
Maybe a little bit, but it's maybe
And
not everything.
she may have even crossed the camera without even her knowing it.
She probably. Oh, you fixed stuff.
I did. Because I knocked over the billboard, and
David was right above me.
David was, he was attacking you.
He was looking over my shoulder.
I wonder how that looked. Maybe we'll look at it tomorrow and see how it looked on YouTube.
It was a little weird.
It
was an awkward moment. He was getting very close to my personal
a little
space.
too intimate.
He was very intimate, but fortunately I like Tennant, so I can live with that.
Okay, all right. Let's change the subject. Let's go to another clip.
Our element. Which element are we talking about? Your life in general. Meaning what? Job, home, where we live? What?
I don't know, dude.
You asked a question.
Yeah,
you
and I don't
know
even
what you asked?
Dude, it's 11:20 at night. I'm tired. I'm not thinking clearly.
Where? You asked a question. You had
to
have something in mind.
So basically when it comes to, we have a not a TV show, a radio show.
Yep.
We've established regular listeners, fans who like the show.
Right.
So should we take it further? Should we try
for 1,500? Is that where you're going?
That's exactly where I'm going. Our goal is to have 1,500 new likes on our Facebook page by the time the 50th anniversary special happens in 1 month.
1 month from today.
Yeah, today's October the 23rd. It's November the 23rd that we're going to see.
Almost 1,000 likes to go.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Can we do it?
I think we can.
Yes, we can.
But we got to get on top of,
we need your
asking for help.
We need their help.
Yep.
Or their
Yeah,
Wanna make
wherever
sure
the
I'm pointing
camera
to
is,
the
that's the
camera.
camera.
I pointed to the screen.
Yeah, oh, whatever. It is
They're
what it
probably
is.
like wondering, who's him? Who's he pointing at?
Yeah, over there.
Yeah, him? Oh yeah, he can help too.
Sure.
Yeah,
Why not?
anybody can help.
All right. So the next clip we've got actually goes into the next episode because throughout the
This
first
is good.
episode they had that sphere that nobody could figure out. At the
And
very
the
end,
Cybermen are showing up.
right? The Cybermen showed up. They turned out to be the ghosts, and then
Because a footprint doesn't look like a boot.
nope, not at all. And then the sphere's there, freaking everybody out, and it
And
turns
then
out to be
The doctor asks the Cybermen, like, where'd they get the sphere? I'm like, oh no, we just followed the sphere. That was it. Sphere came through, we just followed through in its wake. That's it. We have nothing to do with the sphere. We'd like to know what's in it too, though.
So now
So what's in it?
we find out. Here we go.
Identify yourselves!
You will identify first.
State your identity!
You will identify first.
Identify!
It's like Stephen Hawkins meets a speaking clock.
Illogical, you will modify.
Daleks do not take...
Okay, this is getting old. This is getting very old. It's not. You have to refresh the page. This is what we go through. Here we go. There we go.
Identify yourself!
Oh, we already heard this.
You will identify first.
What have they done to her, Doctor?
Okay.
All right, so basically they're kind of yelling back and
They're
forth,
going back and forth.
and the doctor's trying to make sure Rose is alive,
Yeah.
and then the conversation continues.
She's dead.
So there he asks for the phone, gets the phone.
Long-range scans confirm presence of crude cybernetic constructs on worldwide scale.
She's answered, she's alive. Why haven't they killed her?
I don't think
Poppy.
They must need her for something.
We must protect the Genesis Ark.
The Genesis Ark.
Our species are similar, though your design is inelegant.
Daleks have no concept of elegance.
This is obvious. But consider our technologies are compatible. Cybermen plus Daleks. Together we could upgrade the universe.
You propose an alliance.
This is correct.
Request denied.
Hostile elements will be deleted.
Exterminate.
Daleks be warned. You have declared war upon the Cybermen.
This is not war. This is pest control.
We have 5 million Cybermen. How many are you?
4.
You would destroy the Cybermen with 4 Daleks.
We would destroy the Cybermen with 1 Dalek. You are superior
Love
in
that.
only one respect.
What is that?
You are better at dying. Raise communications barrier.
I mean, dude, that was just...
It chumped him off.
That was harsh,
Chumped him.
man. That was pretty harsh. They're
That
just
was
going
awesome.
back and forth.
Yeah, that was awesome though. They chumped.
It
they
just
chumped him.
reminded me of some of those, like, rock interviews,
Oh, The Rock was great.
you know? I'm sorry, excuse me, what's your name again? It doesn't matter what your name is. You know, I mean, just that sort of thing. It's like, no. It's pest control.
Oh, that's too funny.
You're better at one thing. What? Dying. Like, oh, man, that's brutal. Really brutal.
And The Rock was crazy with it. Like there was some old woman, and he just looked at it and was like, "Do you like pancakes?" And then he just couldn't go through with it because she was so old.
Man, that's some good times though.
Yeah. All right. So actually, we kind of messed stuff up with our clip showage thingy stuff. So because this one actually comes before what we just saw.
That's okay. Wibbly wobbly.
It doesn't
timey
matter,
wimey.
exactly,
This is
so-
a great Mickey Smith moment.
Here we go.
He's come a long way. Oh, it's already over.
I know what's in there.
Oh no, here it comes.
And I'm ready for them. I got just the thing.
That's a big gun, dude.
This is gonna blast them to hell.
Samuel, what are you doing?
His name's Mickey. Mickey Smith. Defending the Earth.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. The Cybermen don't have the technology to build a void ship. That's way beyond you. How did you create that sphere?
The sphere is not ours.
What?
The sphere broke down the barriers between worlds. We only followed. Its origin is unknown.
And what's inside it?
Rose is down there.
That's not Cyberman.
Oh my god.
Location Earth. Life forms detected. Exterminate. 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 Exterminate.
Gun that he never uses, though.
Exactly. He doesn't even use it.
Rose knew how to use that.
Now, so many people hate the Daleks, but I know of one person who listens to our show who gets the biggest kick out of Exterminate. They just think it's so funny.
Who? Can we share?
Can we share what?
Who?
I think it's Alicia.
Oh, okay.
She's one of our listeners.
I was thinking, though, we talked about the Weeping Angels versus the Burger King King. Okay? What's creepier, the Daleks or the Cybermen? For you, I'm wondering what is worse for you and why?
I would have to say the Cybermen, specifically because of the fact that they're looking to they don't just delete, but they're basically upgrading you. So everything that you know about your life, every aspect of it when it comes to the things you enjoy, the things you love, the beer you drink, the woman that you love most, all of it's taken away and done away with. No, not the beer that you love, the woman. Okay, you like your beer, but
I do love beer.
But I'm talking.
I love women.
That's a different type of love.
But I have a beer right here. I don't have a woman right here.
All right. So, anyways, I think that would be a little bit more terrifying because the Daleks, they, like he said in this episode, it's pest control. They're just wiping out everything that's
All
not
the
Dalek.
Daleks want is everything to be dead.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I agree with you on this. And I didn't want to discuss this beforehand because, I didn't want to. I wanted it to be more genuine conversation. But I think I agree with you on that. To me, it's definitely the Cybermen. The Cybermen will kill you. They'll do their delete. But the Daleks, it's all exterminate. That's it. They're just going to kill you. They're going to get rid of you. They may need you to upgrade themselves a little bit, like Rose did in Dalek, like Mickey did in this episode. They might need you, but as soon as they're done with you, you're dead.
Yeah.
The Cybermen keep you, and you're still there. Like that Torchwood lady that I can't remember her name right now. She did her duty for Queen and Country.
Yeah. Right. Hartman? Something Hartman?
Phil?
Not Phil Hartman.
Felicia?
No, not Felicia.
That would have been funny, though.
No.
It was Hartman? Really?
Pretty sure of it. I could be wrong.
It could be. I don't know. Whatever her name was.
I'm wrong in a lot of stuff. So there's a possibility.
But she did her duty for Queen and Country, and she showed up as a Cyberman attacking other Cybermen.
Yep, that's exactly right.
So it's something that's also brought out in, not the Lodger, but the Lodger Part 2.
It is?
Closing Time. It was talking about, again, it was her emotions, what she was thinking and feeling going in, becoming cybernetic.
Right.
The same thing that Craig went through when he was becoming a Cyberman. His love for his child was able to reverse the process altogether. Hers was not enough to reverse the process, but enough that she was still Cyberman, but she was able to fight back
still
and
had
still had something going on.
Right. Her cognitive focus was still there.
And something that happened when the last time we dealt with the parallel universe, when they were trying to figure out when the Doctor and whatever, Mrs. whatever, oh man, it's funny how quick you forget their names and stuff. The one who was like driving the van the whole time, who had a husband and kids.
Oh, I don't remember her name.
Yeah, but when they had pulled apart one of the Cybermen to see what was going on inside, and there they are talking with a person. That it's like all of a sudden they have all these memories, and even though everything's been sucked out, it's like that inhibitor chip. When you turn it off, all their emotions come back, and they realize they're this thing. That would be worse to me.
Yeah, a lot worse.
Death is bad. Death sucks. I don't want to die, but I don't want
either.
to live like that.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
All right, folks, we are halfway through our show, so that means we express gratitude to a lot of people. First on the list is Asa Parker, which we haven't heard from in a while. I wonder if he's okay.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in quite some time. So he's our producer. He's the one who supplies us what we need to have our show each week. So, Asa, thank you. And if you would like to
Asa,
get...
are you there? We haven't heard from you in a while.
All right, so Jimmy's...
We were just discussing that, so I decided to vox you. It's actually on the show right now.
Yeah, Jimmy Smith's
I'll talk to you later.
right now.
It's Jimmy.
So, if you would be interested in maybe having a show like us, or I don't know what else,
your cell phone screen repaired or whatever else is that he does.
What's the website?
ASAP CPU. You tried to get me and you almost did.
No, I didn't. I wasn't trying to do that.
You were trying, and you failed.
ASCPCPU.com and Facebook.com/ASCPCPU.
Same thing.
So it's basically just, you can go there, you can learn information. We know people who are trying to get shows as we speak. And Asa does a good job. He knows exactly what he's doing, knows exactly how to get things going. So
he helped us.
We want to thank TARDISBlue.net.
They're fantastic.
You can go there and watch either Doctor Who all day, or you can, if you become a fan of their Facebook page, they advertise every single day, every TV show they play.
They're playing all sorts of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. They're always playing something new and great.
They are a fantastic reason why cable is a waste of money. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm a former Comcast employee. I will say that happily.
All right. I'm not going to jump in on your war.
No, that is my war. Anyways, we also have people to thank because we have new fans. And, we have new fans, and we've got to read off a list.
It's like Madagascar. Do you have people? Oh, we love the people.
I don't remember that.
Did you ever see Madagascar?
Yeah,
when
but
they
it's been a
first
while.
showed up in the wild. It's like, do you have people? Where's the people? It's like, oh, we got people. We love people. They point up to the skeleton in the tree.
Oh, good grief.
And it's like, well, do you have any live ones? And they go, well, if we had more live ones, this wouldn't be called the wild.
All right, so speaking of live people,
too. We have live people.
We want to thank the people on this list. You want to start off, Jimmy?
Sure, we've got Stephanie Cross.
Then there's Jack Logsdale.
And Raina Johnson.
Jessica Hendrickson.
Gabriel Guerrero.
Jeff Dillon.
Charlie Mercury.
Travis Wood.
Amanda... I cannot read your writing.
I think it's Carrasquillo.
Okay. Tiffany Purvis, then.
Lexi Mead.
And Tuesday...
I think it's Kabang.
Kabang?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ayana Hunter.
Usman Guaram.
And
maybe?
Sherry Hudson.
All right. Thank you, folks. We hope we haven't butchered your names.
Yes, if we have,
we're sorry.
Feel free to send us an email or a message on Facebook.
Phonetical spellings on what your names are.
Yeah, my spelling isn't always that great, and sometimes Jimmy can't read it. Sometimes I can't read it.
Well, your handwriting is atrocious.
That's what I just said.
You said your spelling.
Same difference.
No, it's not.
How is handwriting and spelling different? If you're writing it out and you're spelling a word.
Yes, but we're talking about the words that you're using. Are you spelling them correctly? But you could spell them correctly, and it could be completely illegible.
All right.
Or it could be completely legible, and it could be gibberish. Yours was a little bit of both.
Gibberish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll try to make some drastic improvements.
I don't care. We'll use my list next week.
All right, very good. Very good.
And then
All
I'll
right.
make you squirm.
All right. So we got some more clips. We'll play another clip from the Army of Ghosts. It's just some of David Tennant's quotes. So, hey.
She one of yours?
Never seen him before in my life.
Good. Then we can have a shot.
Oh, all right then. It was worth a try. That's Rose Tyler.
Sorry. Hello.
And if that's Rose Tyler, who's she?
I'm her mother.
Oh, you travel with her mother.
He kidnapped me.
Please, when Torchwood comes to write my complete history, don't tell people I travelled through time and space with her mother.
Charming.
I've got a reputation to uphold.
Gotta love
He's
it.
so
Got to love it.
he's so focused on basically just don't tell anybody I travel with the mother.
Well,
That was great.
Again, I mean, is that how you want to be remembered?
No.
You know, he chooses his companions very carefully.
Yeah.
And he did not choose Jackie.
No, she just ended up in there, and she kept saying, "You kidnapped me."
Now, again, time and time again, other people around him, like Jackie, like Mickey, like Pete, have proved themselves worthy in certain circumstances, but it's Rose who's with him.
Right.
Rose is the one that he's chosen. You know, she as a good person will be surrounded by other good people that can make good choices, but in the end, yeah, he didn't want to be traveling around with Jackie.
No, I think he made that very clear.
I don't think I would want to be traveling around with Jackie.
Well, she wasn't bad all the time.
All the time.
Right.
That's right. Not all the time, but definitely a lot of the time.
Yes, she was annoying on occasion. On occasion. But you know what the best part of this episode was?
What's that?
The introduction of Freema Agyeman, who we as Doctor Who fans know as Martha Jones.
Right, and in this one, she played her cousin.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name.
I don't even.
Adelina?
Ada.
Yeah, that was short for what her full name was, though.
Who cares?
Okay, fine.
I mean, no. But another thing I really appreciated about it is the fact that they kind of did the interracial relationship thing there. I don't know why the first time I saw it I didn't notice it, but I noticed it this time. I thought that was pretty awesome. You know, they were kind of, her and the dude were kind of messaging back and forth at work, and he's like, she's like saying how bored she is, and he's like, yeah, yawn, and she's like, fancy a coffee, and I think that was more so, would you like a taste of me?
It's funny that you mentioned that. I was watching Seinfeld today, and it was the one where George was trying to get in good with his boss.
Right.
And he's like, hey, has anybody ever told you look a little like Sugar Ray Leonard?
Oh, yeah, he said, I bet you.
He's like,
we
I
all
bet
look
that's
the
how
same."
it is, George. We all look alike to you. And he's like, no, that's not what I
That
meant.
was such a funny
And then
episode.
George is going really out of his way to like where you said, what really made me remember that was what you said, how you didn't remember the interracial relationship. And I think he was talking about his friend Jerry. It's like, well, isn't Jerry white? I don't know. I don't really pay attention. I guess he is. I guess now that you mention it, I think he is white. And it's like,
that was so funny.
it's funny. It's can be some really awkward situations. And then he has to call in the exterminator to try and be his friend. He's like, pretend that we know each other a long time. He's like, we come here all the time. Yeah, you wouldn't believe the rats in the kitchen. It was just a great episode. I was watching that with Dante.
And at the very end, the waiter comes out. He's like, man, Sugar Ray Leonard could hear on the house at any time.
Absolutely. It was
Funny
just great.
stuff.
But yeah, there's that, just funny stuff.
Well, I'm pro interracial relationships, so
You are?
of course
This is
I am.
news to me.
It is not. I've converted you. All right,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
he's got no comment on that. So we're gonna go to another clip.
Comments. I just don't know what comments to say.
All right, so we're gonna go to the next clip. This is after they've basically let the Daleks know that they know who they are. Right?
They are who we thought they were?
They are who we thought they were.
Who'd you think they were?
I don't know.
They are who we thought they were. You remember that? That was the beer commercial.
Yeah, that's
remember
right.
when the football? They would take the football interviews and make the commercials. I love those.
Yeah,
they need to do more of those. I miss those.
Very good. So here we go.
I met the Emperor.
And I took the time vortex and poured it into his head and turned him into dust. Do you get that? The god of all Daleks. And I destroyed him.
You will be.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
This is not
Now we
just
got
an
an advertisement. It
They're
skips
not
in
usually
2
this
seconds.
thin.
1 second.
This
Okay.
light.
Skip.
Be exterminated!
Oh, now, hold on, wait a minute.
Alert! Alert! You are the Doctor! Sensors report he is unarmed!
That's me, always.
That you are powerless!
Not me. Never. How are you?
Oh, same old, you know.
Good. And Mickey Mickey, nice to see ya.
And you, boss.
Social interaction will cease! How did you
love the
survive the
Daleks,
time war?
By fighting. On the front line. I was there at the fall of Arcadia. Someday I might even come to terms with that. But you lot ran away!
We had to survive!
The last 4 Daleks in existence. So what's so special about you?
Doctor, they got names. I mean, Daleks don't have names, do they? But one of them said they were...
I am Dalek Thay, Dalek Sec, Dalek Just, Dalek Khan.
So that's it. At last. The cult of Skaro. I thought you were just a legend.
Who are they?
A secret order. Above and beyond the Emperor himself. Their job was to imagine. Think as the enemy thinks. Even dare to have names. All to find new ways of killing.
But that thing, they said it was yours. I mean, Time Lords. They built it. What does it do?
I don't know, never seen it before.
But it's... Time Lord.
Both sides had secrets. What is it? What have you done?
Time Lord science will restore Dalek supremacy.
What does that mean? What sort of Time Lord science? What do you mean?
They said one touch from a time traveler will wake it up.
Technology using the one thing a Dalek can't do. Touch. Sealed inside your casing. Not feeling anything. Ever. From birth to death, locked inside a cold metal cage. Completely alone. That explains your voice. No wonder you scream.
The Doctor will open the Ark.
The Doctor will not.
You have no way of resisting.
Well, you got me there, although there is always this.
A sonic probe?
That screwdriver.
It is harmless.
Oh, yes. Harmless is just the word, that's why I like it. Doesn't kill, doesn't wound, doesn't maim. But I'll tell you what it does do. It is very good at opening doors.
Nice. That's actually one of my favorite scenes from
That's
this episode.
a great way to open some doors.
Yeah.
I like the social interaction will cease. The social interactions. That's great. Because they're all just saying hello. It's great how in moments like these, it was reminiscent of Tennant's first full episode.
Right.
In the Christmas Invasion, where
Mhm.
he comes out and, you know, he just wants to talk with Rose and see what's going on. And he's like, you just hold on.
And the guy was like, the main leader, the Sycorax, was trying to get his attention. He's like, oh, yes, I'm sorry, big fella.
He's like, who are you? I don't know. It was things like that that just really got me in Tennant mode very quickly.
Very
quickly.
That first
I
episode
did like
was great.
Eccleston, but there was a lot of things that just brought me into the Tennant era. And whereas with Matt Smith, it took longer. And
Really?
I like him and I like his episodes, but he wasn't as impactful as Tennant was coming on the scene.
I think everybody's different because the first episode with Smith, I was sold on him. You know, I thought the episode was excellent. It was well written, and then just, you know, his attitude at the beginning, it was kind of silly. It was funny. Kind of grabbed your attention, and then even at the end when they did the whole, they went through all 11 doctors.
And I think that's something that Moffat has been doing more. And I think that's where I like Moffat as opposed to Russell Davies. I like a lot of Russell Davies' episodes. His writing, his style is very good. He has that sense of realism added in, like with the Impossible Planet and the Satan bit, taking themes, elements from real life that you might be able to play upon.
Right.
Whereas Stephen Moffat goes more with the creepy and the feels and just really sucks you in the emotional sense. I think he did that better than Russell Davies. I think what Russell Davies did was take in the common things in life and make it you feel like you were there.
Okay, yeah, right,
Whereas
right.
Moffat could just make you feel.
Whether
Whether it was
every
terror
episode
or laughter or just bitter sorrow.
Yeah,
I mean, he had that way, and I like both of them. Same thing, like talking about Smith versus Tennant. I mean, which one? I think Smith. You said it in his first episode was just I forget exactly what you said, but he was like kind of goofing around, silly, not really knowing what he was doing. That seemed to be how Smith was all the time. He never really knew where he was going. I don't think Matt Smith as a person really knows where he's going. I don't think Stephen Moffat thinks that Matt Smith knows where he's going. He says he's great to just watch in a room.
Right.
It was one of those articles I was reading where he says, watching him come into a room and he spills coffee or some whatever liquid on a woman. And, that's it. Here he is. He's got to clean up this and clean up that. And then later, he catches up with him later in the evening, and a woman is leaving, and he goes, "Oh, sorry about that." And he says, "No, that was a different woman." He says, "No, that was a different cup." It was like he's just that clumsy. He said he's watching Matt Smith walk is like watching someone who's like completely in shock and awe of their own limbs. Just he's always doing something crazy.
That's what I liked about him.
But you get that in his episodes too.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so let's get back to what we're talking about.
A little bit off subject there, but I'm definitely on subject.
So now we got another clip. This is kind of a little bit more than halfway through of the Doomsday episode, and this is when Jackie is confronting Pete for the first time in a number of years.
Yes. This was something I liked because it led off with something good where she got to meet her dad, or felt like she was.
Right.
And then so a fake reunion turns into a real reunion, sort of.
Sort of. Right. Okay, here we go.
Live my life. You were left on your own. You didn't marry again, or...
There was never anyone else. 20 years, though. Look at me, I never left that flat. Did nothing with myself.
You brought her up. Rose Tyler. That's not bad.
Yeah.
In my world, it worked. All those daft little plans of mine, they worked. Maybe rich.
I don't care about that. How rich?
Very.
I don't care about that. How very?
Thing is though, Jax, you're not my wife. I'm sorry, but you're not. I mean, we both. It's just sort of... Oh, come here.
It raises a good question. It's not welcoming back someone that you've lost per se. Right. Because you're talking about a parallel universe. If you were to find a parallel universe, let's say something happened in this universe to your wife, and you end up in a parallel universe where something had happened to you.
Right.
That's not your wife.
No.
And you're not her husband. You didn't marry her. She didn't marry you. It's different worlds. But you're still sort of the same people.
Either way,
it is. But it's like him. He just got to the point where it's like you're not her, but kind of just like what.
Well,
does it even matter? You look like her, and you're close enough.
Well, the thing is, when you develop an attachment to someone, it's tough to let that go. I mean, even if it's something that develops quickly over a couple of weeks, or something that's been developed and that you've been feeding into for a number of years, if it's just all of a sudden stops, for whatever reason, whether it's being divided by galaxies or being divided by time because something just separated it. It's tough to let go.
It is.
But it's unfortunate. It's part of life. But here, what we see, that's what I think is part of the beauty of Doctor Who is you don't. It's not just science fiction, but you get a love story that's involved. You get all these emotions, like you were mentioning that Stephen Moffat does, like Russell Davies did. They basically put in these emotional storylines that keep you gripped, that you want to see what's going to happen.
Right, and I liked in this scene here because you also have those three in the background. You have the Doctor, you have the Rose, you have Mickey, and you have their reactions to what's being said.
Right.
Rose rolling her eyes when after her mother's going, well, he says, "I'm rich." And she's like, "That doesn't matter how rich." And he's like, "Very. It doesn't matter how very." And Rose is rolling her eyes like, "Of course you're asking that, Mom, because of course you are."
Right.
And again, she will be very different from the Jackie that he knew.
Yeah. Very.
But
it's still the same person. So if
is it?
Well,
different choices were made.
Right, but I mean, like physically, like even if the personality is different, when you see that same person that you develop that attachment with, even if it's a different person, if it physically looks like the same person, you're gonna get the reaction like, "Oh my."
Okay, if you already have that connection with them. I mean, we're talking about things that go back and change. Let's see, my life personally. Why am I here in Georgia? If we go back and change that reason, and then 13 years go by,
yeah, okay,
there's a lot different about me.
That's true.
Because of one decision, and that's what we're dealing with in parallel universes. Jackie and Pete still were together, still were an item. For him, the loss has been 3 years old. For her, the loss has been 20 years old.
Wow, that's true. Oh, okay,
Pete's going to be a much different person to her, and she is going to be a much different person to him.
Right.
Because it's not something that happened. It wasn't a similar event. We're not talking about like a car accident, and in one universe, one died and the other died, and then a short amount of time has gone by, and that sort of thing. This is something that just they both had different intervals of where they've lost each other and where they were in that relationship and where they were in life and time and everything. So it makes a bigger difference, I think.
I see. Yeah, okay. I see that.
She's saying all she wants, that she doesn't care about the money, but when we look at how nice of that lifestyle that the other Jackie had and how used to it she was, that's going to be a completely different Jackie.
That's true. And I can understand that now because, like, okay, the first time I ever had a relationship, we got along great initially, but she had issues, and then it led to one thing after another, and then, well, I won't go into the details, but after
his Jackie and him and his Jackie were getting a divorce.
Oh, that's right.
But then again, they were still pulled together in that episode.
Right.
I think, and there's those things. It was like when Rose went back and met her father in Father's Day.
Yeah.
And she's thinking, oh, because she's heard only the stories of what her mother has said.
Right, exactly.
And I think it's one of those things on how you should be. You tell your kids the good things about their parents. You don't tell them about the bad things that were happening. Why? Because that was
unless you're
between you and
vindictive.
them.
Right.
Well, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, but sometimes people are. Sometimes it happens.
It's hard not to be, and some things will come out. But what happens in the relationship between, say, you and your wife is different for your child. To your child, you're still the dad. She's still the mom. End of story. It doesn't matter what happens between mom and dad. Child's always a piece of both.
That's true. That's true.
So, and I think that's what Jackie did for Rose. She had built up all these expectations as to what Pete was, and maybe that's what makes it easier for Jackie to get involved with Pete, because this is the Pete that she's built up for Rose, and now he's reality. All those daft little things, they worked.
Daft.
Thought it pretty daft, me God and him being a god and all. That's what it reminds me of every time I hear daft.
Exactly.
Because that was my first introduction to the word daft.
Right. So as I was saying before, is like after me and my ex, we broke up, I think it was maybe 3 or 4 months later, I was on my job, and I walked into an office. The woman who ran that office looked so much like my ex. It just blew my mind. And And then, like, for a while, I just kept going to see her. but the point was, no matter how she looked like her, it was a different person. It was different personality, and I think she just got a kick out of it. I thought she was hot. But because I told her, I was like, "You look like my ex." She was like, "Really?"
The past
I
can
said,
be a
"Yeah."
hard thing to let go of.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It takes time. It takes time to let go. So it's still
It
kind of
does.
funny.
It does.
Yeah. But whatever. So
Do we have another clip?
we have another clip, and it'll
'Cause
take
we're
up a couple of
running
minutes.
out of time.
Yes, we are. So this is towards the end of the episode.
I've been through it. You see?
Reboot in 3 minutes.
Void stuff.
Like, background radiation.
That's it. Look at the others. And the only one who hasn't been through the void, your mother. First time she's looked normal in her life.
Oi! The Daleks lived inside the void. They're bristling with it. Cybermen, all of them. I just open the void and reverse. The void stuff gets sucked back inside.
Pulling them all in!
Pulling them all in!
Sorry, what's the void?
The dead space. Some people call it hell.
So, you're sending the Daleks and Cybermen to hell? Man, I told you he was good.
It's like you said, we've all got void stuff. Me too, because we went to that parallel world.
Okay.
Okay.
Seriously. All right. No, I think
That's fine
that's
because
it. That's
it
fine.
works. It works fine from there.
Right.
Because he basically goes on to explain the way he's going to do it as the Doctor because he's awesome.
Yep.
He's only going to open up the thing.
The void.
I thought the void is where they're going to. What's
right,
that?
but they're going to go through the void into the parallel
void?
universe.
No. The people are going to the parallel universe first. He's going to open that hole, and everything else will get sucked into the void. The void is not the parallel universe. They're going to be sucked into the void and be dead. They're going to be in hell.
But even the people who are going to the parallel universe go through the void.
They go
to get there.
through the void to get there. Right. Well, except for they don't jump. They don't jump through the hole there. They use their own little.
They use the little the thing. The
vortex manipulators.
Why not?
Something like that. Well, these are parallel universe manipulators.
Sure. That sounds good.
Wibbly wobbly.
Exactly. So it ended sad because basically Rose had to go through. She didn't want to, and then she ended up getting sucked through anyway.
Well, she came back, and then she was about to go through, and then her dad saved her, and she ends up on the other side, and they're on the same wall, and they can't say goodbye, and then he burns up a star to say goodbye. And she says she loves him, and he says, it's my final chance to say it. Rose Tyler.
And then he vanishes.
He just disappears, that's it.
It was.
I mean, that's a bad ending.
It was.
That's a bad ending to Rose and the Doctor.
Yeah. But it is.
And it broke her.
It really did. It
And
really did.
I did like that whole scene building up to it where she's talking about that dream. She's having a dream. It's a parallel universe, but how does those communications? And again, it's that Russell Davies taking something from real life.
Mm-hmm.
You ever have that dream that just feels so real?
Quite often.
Someone was contacting you from a parallel universe.
Ooh, interesting.
And it makes it intriguing because now it's like, oh, and it makes you wonder.
Now, the next time I talk to that person, I'm going to ask them that.
What?
The person who's talking to me in my sleep.
I'm
going to talk to them next time I see them. Did you do that? Did you say these things?
And that's why she said she could only tell her mom, her dad, and Mickey because they're the only ones who would believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently, Jake's out of the picture now.
Oh, yeah, that's
Pretty
true.
sure Jake would have believed.
You're probably so. But, interesting. Did we ever see him again? I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
Well,
I can't remember.
That's okay, because next week we start season 3.
With Donna!
Yes, we do. Next week we talk about the, what is it, the...
Runaway Bride.
Runaway Bride, that's it.
Isn't that a movie? No, I think it is a movie.
I think so, yeah, with...
Is that the name of the episode, or are we getting it wrong? I don't know. It's the bride one with that angry Catherine Tate.
Yeah, she is angry in this episode.
Very angry.
Yeah.
But we're about to run out of time because our hour's about up and it's going to stop recording. So enjoy, everybody.
Thanks for listening in. We appreciate it.
Come see us next week.
Same time, same whatever, website, whatever link you used, and
Link,
we
picture,
appreciate it.
whatever. Yeah,
So if there's a way that you can help us reach 1,500 likes,
we'll do it.
whoa, we might give you a prize if we can afford it.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah. So that's it for us. Have
All
a good
right.
night, everyone. Wibbly wobbly.
Timey-wimey.
Tra.